Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Bucs and the Bengals just ahead on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we finally made it, partner, through the winter, through the spring, now into the summer, and football finally back.
And during that time off, we all cherish our vacation time. But admit it, you're the same as me. When you were working out, when you were doing things, you thought about football, didn't you? And you couldn't wait to be back up here again.
Here's the former Illini kicker Chase McLaughlin to get us started. And we are underway from Cincinnati.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bengals make their way out on offense for the first time, led by their fifth-year quarterback out of LSU, Joe Burrow.
Burrow is coming off a year where he suffered his second season-ending injury over a 4-year span. And while that's certainly concerning, there's certainly no denying he's truly one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL whenever he's on the field. However, for them to reach their full potential, he has to be out there, because as long as he is, this team is a legitimate contender to win it all.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Burrow will throw.
Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. He's to the 15.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase,
71 yards.
And the Bengals need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead.
Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
7-0 is our score, ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Well, the Bucs getting ready to go on offense for the first time, and it's Baker Mayfield leading them out in his 2nd season as a Buccaneer and his 7th overall.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
Throwing, Mayfield. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. On 1st down, it's Harrison. Pushes him aside at the 45. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment.
Here's Mayfield. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sand.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Had to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
The Bengals offense and Jamar Chase set to take over once more. And what a start he's off to. You don't want to start prorating numbers out for 4 quarters, but it's fair to say this defense is going to have to find some way to slow him down.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Forced out to it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now a give, right side. Harrison.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Harrison, and a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
2nd down at 6 now from the 42.
Up the middle they go. Harrison, not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
This now a 3rd and 4.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now Mayfield.
He'll find McMillan here.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of the defense.
Mayfield with it once more. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
First down, Buccaneers.
Quick throw, and Mayfield completes it. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. Mayfield now. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Mayfield looks to throw. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Oh, Brandon, that's a gamer move right there. Facing 3rd down, steps up, calls his own number, and nearly makes the house call. If I'm the coach, I let him take another one right here. Give him a chance to be the first one to hit the end zone after that effort he just gave him.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. Mayfield.
That's caught by Harrison, right side.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that will lead to a 3rd and goal. To throw, Mayfield. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. From 6 yards away.
And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and we are tied at 7. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told, and it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now it's Burrow. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is taken at the 15. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10
at the 31-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. picked by Logan Wilson.
And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
The slot man in motion right.
They'll fake the jet sweep and go play action with Burrow.
And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
All the option left, it's Burrow.
And room there to work it inside the 25. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Burrow looking to pass. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
Here we go. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
An inside give, Brown. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs,
Now Brown, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
At the 12-yard line.
They'll try and run for this with Moss.
And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. Leads to 2nd and goal.
Now Burrow. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
And the Buccaneers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
2nd and 10.
Mayfield to throw it.
That's over the middle and caught by the rookie.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, it's Harrison. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
So out come the Bucs now.
They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie, and they start 1st and 10.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down. He'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
That's caught. Andre Yoshivas through the middle of the field.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Andre Yoshivas,
73 yards.
And the Bengals are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And able to get this out to the 25.
Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Finding room at midfield.
And all the way down to the 33-yard line.
Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the gun, Mayfield.
This one taken in by Otten. And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
And again, it's Mayfield. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Joseph Osai. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Throwing, Mayfield. This will be caught inside the 10. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now. Here's Mayfield.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And his kick here is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki, and this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3.
At the 44-yard line.
Here's Burrow.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And Chase going to pick up a Bengals 1st down as he'll take this up close to midfield.
Here we go.
This is Brown going up the middle.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 34-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
Now we're going to get a timeout here for an injured player, and that's Jamar Chase, who is in some obvious discomfort right now. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Handing it off to Brown. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him.
Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
Here's Ryan Rico now.
As he's on to punt for Cincinnati. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Working out of the gun, Mayfield.
This is caught by McMillan.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Now it's Burrow.
This one complete to Yoshivas.
His 2nd catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's 2nd down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
Burrow will throw.
Open man is Yoshivas.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And take it right on the 30.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down. Now a first carry here for the running back. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
And the Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's well done defensively. They get the pressure they needed on 3rd down. All the receivers are locked up tight, and they force that quarterback to just throw it away.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. Trask and the Bucs now going to come up 1st and 10
at their own 42. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Now there's a short one taken in by Otten.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Trask.
Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Trask. He'll find McMillan here.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This is turned into...
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
To throw, Browning. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So now 2 pick 6s that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. He's had a pretty miserable first half. The pick six a moment ago, the second one he's thrown, and we're not to halftime yet.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Throwing after the interception. Browning. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
The challenge flag is out. Todd Bowles not pleased with the ruling on the field, and he's going to ask the officials to take another look. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Here's Browning. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick six. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
They'll set up the screen for Herbert.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Godwin, the motion man. Trask to throw it.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Looked like a pretty smart decision that time to keep the football by the quarterback.
It was, because you saw how the runner got swarmed. So you got to pull the ball from his arms, keep it yourself, and get what you can. And the most underrated player on this play is the running back, because even if he doesn't have the ball, he has to act like he does in order to attract the defense.
Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 4.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left.
Setting to throw. Here's Trask.
That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 31-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Off the play fake. Trask.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
And they'll run again.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Buccaneers are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Bengals 14.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Jones will come now in motion right.
He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs.
Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
And that has to be the highlight, Brandon, with how infrequently we see fumbles return to the house. But if you aren't inclined to pick this as the game's signature play so far, you do have no shortage of alternatives to select from. This has been nothing short of a clinic. And as noted, we still have a half a ball to play.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Bengals 14.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And, Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and bottom line is protect the football and just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
Man open, here is Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Now Browning. That's complete to his running back, Herbert.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Off play action. Browning. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Operating from the gun. Browning, complete to Jones. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball
leader, right?
to make a big play.
Yeah.
Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
From the gun, Trask.
Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete.
And Godwin going to have a Bucs first down as the tackle made up at the 48-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
Now a 2nd and 10. Play action now. Trask.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 14.
Trask now.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Starting on the ground with Herbert.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
This one into the hands of Burton. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
That's good for a Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 32.
In motion, the tight end.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Browning.
A short throw there, pulled in by all.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
That's good for a Cincinnati Bengals.
Looking to throw. Browning. Over the middle, complete. That's Burton. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and a yard.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. To throw again on second down. Browning. It's Williams on the catch. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
2 yards to go, second down.
At the 28-yard line.
Back to throw again. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
And the Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Herbert powering up the middle.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Browning connecting with Burton here over the middle.
And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Looking to throw. Browning.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Back to throw. Browning. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
McPherson's kick is good.
And now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. To throw is Trask. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Now 2nd and 3. Now Trask. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Throwing, Trask. He's got his target. That's complete. Now inside the 25, Chris Godwin.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Chris Godwin.
66 yards.
And the Bucs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Bengals 17. Chase McLaughlin.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And the Bengal offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Throwing to start the drive. Browning. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Browning. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. Remember, the preseason has shrunk from 4 games down to 3. So just 2 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started on the first Thursday after Labor Day. In our game, most of the starters have made their cameo and departed, but plenty of youngsters out there with a lot to gain or lose as we get you right back out to Brandon Gaudin.
Muscles by at the 25.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And that to the 30. It'll be second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up second down.
Working out of the gun. Here's Trask. And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
So they'll get nothing out of that play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Palmer going in motion right. Trask from the gun on third down.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half, and now 7 on the game. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Trask. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
First down, Tampa Bay.
Slot man moves right. Trask. Throw left side, taken in by Palmer. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Buccaneers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that one a long 11-play drive. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Bengals offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now Herbert to start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll go again with Herbert. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll run with Herbert. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Buccaneers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Here's Trask. Steps away to his left. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field.
And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
A short throw there pulled in by all.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Buccaneers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
57 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down.
Straight ahead, it's Irving.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here's Browning. A short throw there pulled in by all.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
To throw, Browning.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Here's a quick pass. He's got Chris Godwin.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 36 yards on the play.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 down at the 33.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 1st down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
That was a really nice play, being able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Setting to throw. Here's Trask.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
Joseph Osai able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
I got to think at this point, 3rd quarter, if you're able to hold on to the ball, get 3 at the end, that's all you're looking for.
I would agree with that because right now, this is a job well done by them. In fact, it's almost time for handshakes, a little dap on the sidelines, maybe even start to discuss post-game plans. And for the guys who haven't played yet, go ahead and get loose. Your time is now.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Throwing to start the drive. Browning. He's got Burton here. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
A handoff for Herbert. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Herbert now on the option.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
That is caught by Herbert.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
And the tight end goes in motion left.
Now Browning. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 42.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6.
Operating from the gun, Browning.
And he'll go underneath here to Evans.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Off the play fake, Browning. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
And the Bucs are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
The attention shifting back to Chris Godwin and the rest of the Tampa offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
That's complete to his receiver, Godwin.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Tampa Bay.
Trask to throw it. Now there's a short one taken in by Otten.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there, and have that what he did after the catch.
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
From the 31, Browning.
Crossing route, and he hits his man. It's Jones.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
A toss left side for Herbert. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Browning. This complete to Jones. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
Off play action. Browning airing this one out for Evans. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw.
And this is going to be a Bucs first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Trask now. This is caught by McMillan.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
From the gun, Trask. That is caught.
And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a 1st down. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 112 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
The Bengals getting set to go.
And certainly this, not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this 4th quarter.
Throwing to start the drive. Browning. It's caught on the right side. Williams. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw.
Browning. That's to his tight end all.
It'll be a gain of 5, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. In motion left comes Williams. From the gun on 3rd down. Browning. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
They lead big. Quite the kickoff, really, to this exhibition schedule as they start once more with a 1st and 10.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run here with Irving.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll send the tight end in motion left. From the 27, Browning.
A short throw there, pulled in by all.
Just a gain of a couple there. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Here we go. Here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Browning.
A short throw there, pulled in by all.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
3rd and 3.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll look to throw again. There's Evans again, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
It has been a dream start to the preseason thus far as they look to finish things strong in the 4th quarter.
Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
A run up the middle with Irving.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Browning.
They'll set up the screen to Herbert.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
3rd down and 13.
Operating from the gun. Browning.
He finds his target. It's Evans. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
The visitors' offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right.
Here's Browning.
It's complete downfield out left to his running back. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
To throw, Browning.
And Jones has it over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2.
At the Buccaneers' 24-yard line.
Back to throw again. Over the middle to Evans. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
That one caught by all, the tight end.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
2nd down and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 15-yard line.
Now Browning. Out route, he finds his man, it's Jones.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
That's another Bengals 1st down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Joe Tryon, his 2nd sack of the night.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Another try after the 1st down sack. Browning down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Toward the pylon, caught. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
So out come the Bucs now. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Cincinnati, good night, everybody.